Good morning, everybody. Hope everyone's doing well. First off, I want to thank everyone for their thoughts and prayers and well wishes for my family during this. It really does make a big difference, and I really do appreciate it. Uh, Especially when there's time that I was starting to regret coming forward and sharing my experiences that my family and I've had. And it's the positive comments that really keeps us going. So I want to take the time to read some questions and emails that I've been getting here recently, because a lot of times they're repetitive questions, and apparently people are either unwilling or unable to read some of the comments and descriptions. So I'm going to address some of those things today in this video. And let's see here. This is my viewer mailbag. It's actually a bag of garbage I dug out of my garbage can earlier with some emails and comments that I've printed out. I'm going to go through. First one is from Warren Holly. So what's the history on this place, the past owners? Is there any reason why they moved? And why didn't the realtor tell you about what was going on there when you bought the land? Well, Miss Holly, the actual people we bought this land from lives next door. They own like 120 acres, and they kept 40 and sold 80 of it up to us. And on their 40 acres, they moved next door and built a house. So the original owner lived over there, still lives over there. And I spoke with him about what's going on over here. And apparently he's never had any kind of issues or experiences with these creatures the time that he lived here. And this land was passed down through his family. So hope that answers your question. Maria Williams. Livewire, did you hear the information about Scott's friend she's passed on, Miss Bobby Short? She had information on a massacre. They said in Pine Bluff, but I'm sure they didn't mean Pine Bluff, during the filming of the Patterson Bigfoot video. And my response to her was, I really don't put much thought into those topics or the topics if they're primates or human hybrids. The subject of Bigfoot hasn't been an interest of mine until I didn't have a choice to educate myself on the subject. I usually read the topics pertaining to behavior patterns, aggressive behaviors, ballistic damage for various calibers of bullets, etc. And I follow the information that I can apply to my situation. And, I didn't want to be a Bigfoot researcher. This is not a topic that I was interested in before this stuff started happening. And the way I put it is I was drafted into Sasquatch research. It's nothing that I signed up for. It was something that I was forced to do to educate myself so I could take measures to protect my family. Navy Mike, thank you for your service. Navy Mike commented, quality sucks. You need to upgrade. Double exclamation point. Thank you, Mike. Put that one back in the trash. All right, this one here comes from a producer from the History Channel. Hi Mark, my name is TJ Allard. I'm a television producer. I came across your videos on YouTube and it's really interesting what's going on your property. I love a chance to speak with you more if you would be interested. I feel like there may be an opportunity for a television show here. Have you thought about doing TV? Is it something you would be interested in? Hope you and your family are safe and well during these difficult times. I'm looking forward to hearing from you at your earliest convenience. Sincerely, TJ. Apparently he's an executive producer. And he is responsible for the TV show The Secret of Skinwalker Ranch that's on History Channel now. Well, I referred Mr. TJ to a friend of mine, Troy Hudson, who runs the Native Oklahoma Bigfoot Research Association. He's ex-military, ex-Secret Service, first responder, and he's ex-police officer. And the guys that he has that are part of his organization are all credible, outstanding citizens. They're firefighters, first responders, police or ex-police officers and that such. And I refer Mr. TJ to Mr. Troy Hudson. Apparently they had a good conversation. And maybe we'll get a decent, credible Bigfoot show on television instead of the garbage that's been on for the last couple of years, namely Finding Bigfoot and Expedition Sasquatch or Bigfoot, whichever that other one was. So anyway, maybe I'll be a part of it if Troy gets a show, but other than that, I don't see myself being on TV. I don't want to be the next Tiger King meme joke out there, so I'll pass on that. So the next one is from Dr. J.R. Cooper, PhD. Thank you, doctor, for taking the time to share this email in particular. You know, we got a shortage of toilet paper out there, and your email is particularly going to come in handy later if I eat some Taco Bell. So it says I checked out Livewire in your posts in detail, and he goes on to say, people like me are 80% of the reason why many people laugh and scoff at their stories about Bigfoot. Your posts are literally blob squatches, invisible porters, and shadows on a dark screen. It's people like you that cause a lot of grief for people like Steve at howtohunt.com. I apologize, Steve, for bringing so much grief into your life by sharing my email and story. Please accept my apology. And he goes, I responded to him about how I didn't put my proof out there for any cause or to try to convince anybody that Sasquatch is real. I do not believe that I'm going to convert anybody over that's going to see anything that I've shared and say, oh, you know, I didn't believe in Bigfoot before, but I do now. Because people, even when they see stuff, don't make excuses for it. It'll be CGI. It'll be something. The reason why I came forward to share my story was mainly because of Steve and Scott Carpenter's message about Sasquatch awareness. And I thought it might be particularly important to share my experiences because it's about Sasquatch awareness in regards to children specifically. And people have commented, you know, a lot about the content that I'm sharing is back from December. It's old content. You know, the reason why it's old content, because I never intended to share any of this outside of close friends and family. And because I felt compelled to share this to raise awareness, if your child comes to you one day and tells you about an experience that sounds something similar to mine, maybe you'll remember something that I shared. Whether you believed it or not right now, doesn't matter. Maybe if your child comes to you and tells you about an experience they had, maybe you'll refer back to something I shared and you'll take it serious and you'll take action, or at least set out to validate their experience. That's the whole reason why I'm sharing. That's the message, and that's my cause. My cause is not to prove the existence of Sasquatch. So, you know, if that's what you need, you know, I suggest you go get your own equipment, the high-def equipment that everybody tells me I need to upgrade to, and go out there and get the pictures and video that you desire. But anyway, so he tells me, he says, told me to kiss my ass, by the way. I don't make it sound like I'm innocent in this, because Lord knows I'm an asshole, and I have no problem cursing somebody. Matter of fact, that's why I'm out here doing this outside specifically, so my kids don't hear me. He goes up to say, listen up, boy, you might learn something. Before I was born in 1954, a very large barefoot thing harassed the Appalachian home of my parents and older siblings. It really scared my mother. My dad came home, listened to my mom, saw the footprints, armed himself, and tracked it. The only thing he ever said was afterwards, he won't be causing any more problems. He didn't fire blindly into the dark, but like a man, he took care of business. Even 40 years later, nobody in that area of the property goes into that area of the property unless Dad says so. We heard stuff and we felt stuff, and we was even stalked once. My dad, brothers, and I went hunting. We saw nothing. I have no claims. I don't know what or who it was, but we cleared our land and our home. Our kids are safe. And again, I'm not claiming it was a Sasquatch. No, you just said it was a barefoot thing harassing your mom. So, and your dad tracked it, so, with a gun. So anyway, my dad and brothers, who also saw something, never named it. Why? We had no trophies to show and no proof. Well, I don't believe you need a trophy to show or necessarily need to have proof to share your story. I hope that me sharing my experience is enough to plant a seed in people's head that it might come relevant to them one day. The stuff that I've shared as far as videos and pictures, it just goes in conjunction with what I've shared. It's not meant to be a trophy or proof of such that nature. Because on your channel, you claim videos and show portals and UFOs and numerous Sasquatch, but when people say they don't see it and ask a question, and you and your posse don't like it, I don't know who my posse is, but I sure like to meet them. They get harassed, cursed, and bullied. Now you're admitting your evidence is subjective at best. Fine. You don't counter my observations or in assessments. No, you curse and play victim. I do curse, and I'm not the victim here. My family and my kids are. My wife and kids specifically are the victims in this. You and your kind are the main reason people scoff at Bigfoot claims. According to you, every shadow, every noise, and everything is Sasquatch. Normally, I would ignore you, but one, you and your pack attacked a nice lady with a question about your cameras. I tell you, I've answered this question so many times regarding my cameras, and people say the low resolution, I need to upgrade to high definition cameras. My cameras are high definition. They're either 1080p or 720p, nothing else. But I bought wireless cameras with microphones and speakers on them for a reason, because I can move them almost on a daily basis, even if it's just a few foot. And that's how I caught the stuff that I have caught, because I try to catch them off guard by relocating these cameras. And the reason why the videos are dark is because I keep the infrared lights turned off on those cameras. If y'all don't know believe anything else in this video, they can see the infrared spectrum and they can see those cameras if you have the infrared lights turned on. Everything that I've caught, the sounds and the bipedal footsteps and all of that, the limb breaks and everything, was with the infrared lights turned off. So I've answered that question so many times, and yes, I do get frustrated, and I apologize to that lady for probably, being a little bit rude with her, but I'm just surprised at how people got questions, but don't read the comments and do not read the descriptions and stuff. So as far as my cameras, they're high def, but living in rural areas such as I do, there's not much in internet options, and the way my camera systems operate is they adjust the resolution according to my connection speed to the internet. And when the connection speed goes down, because I have several kids on YouTube eating up all my data, so does the resolution of the videos and such. And I know that I've been frustrated with it before, that they're low resolution, but the one thing about it is I can see what's out there. I can tell that there's large creatures standing behind this leaning tree right over here. Y'all see in the video and whatnot. I can hear the footsteps. I saw the shadow of the juvenile move across the carport that night on video and things of that nature. The cameras did their job. And I do have the advantage when I see something or hear something, I can go outside and see what it is. So I understand y'all's frustration with that. But upgrading the cameras isn't going to change my internet connection speeds. And I subscribe to the highest data package that they offer. But the speeds that they claim are nowhere near the speeds that I get. And I pay this premium over $150 a month for internet service. And I think I get 100 gigs a month, and I use way over that data amount because of the amount the cameras record. And man, my kids eating up all the data on YouTube all the time. So anyway, back to the good doctors here, email, whatnot. You and your you fired live rounds into the night, you moron. That's capitalized in the exclamation points. I've been shot at, it's not pleasant. I've been hit, which sucks. And 4 years ago, some dumb, nervous cluck fired rounds between my son and I, missing us by inches. I was ready to burn the idiot down, but my son talked me out of it. But he's working right now. Never poke a bear, just ask Steve. The older we get, the meaner and less predictable we become. First thing, I just didn't shoot off out my front door. And if I shot in any direction around my house, I ain't gonna hit nothing but damn woods and stuff. I don't have any immediate neighbors that my bullets would reach. And I don't go out just shooting in the direction and think, well, there might be a house. There is a house on the other side of these trees, on the way off the other side over there. I would never come out here and start shooting live rounds towards my neighbor's house. The night that I shot warning shots that you see in the original video as the shadow approached my house, I shot 4 rounds out of my front door like this, upwards, not out. I got more common sense than that. So, the fact that you and your son was out there and almost got shot, if somebody almost got shot in my yard for me shooting like this, them son of bitches shouldn't have been in my damn yard anyway. Because I'm not that careless with a firearm. And my kids and I show them proper firearm safety and things of that nature. And I'm more responsible for that with my guns. And, anyway, never poke a bear. Well, bitch, I wish I would poke your ass and we'll see what happens and shit if I ever come across you. He said, I don't care if you get 10 million likes and 10 million followers, you're still a poser. And people in this community who are trying to recover from their experiences are not helped by people like you. So here's a big thought. Call Matt Moneymaker and the BFRO next. They'll make your ranch the next stop on their circus tour. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, and I want to make this clear to people, I don't care about likes, and I don't care about subscriptions, and I don't care if you share my channel. It's out there for you to come to hear what I've shared, either on How to Hunt or Dixie Cryptid. That's the 2 big places that my story's been shared. And you come to my YouTube page, you see what I have captured in conjunction with the emails that I've shared. Consume that and then leave. I don't care if you subscribe to my channel. I don't care if you like it. I don't care if you believe it. It doesn't matter to me. It's there to plant a seed in case it becomes one day relevant in your life if your kids have an experience. Nothing else. And a lot of people get that. I get that. I've told them I don't care if you like or subscribe because I've had over 110,000 views on my channel in the last 2 weeks alone. But I've got a little over 2,000 subscribers. So most people are coming and seeing it, and then moving on. So for those people, I'm glad that y'all listen. And as far as your daddy tracking down Bigfoot and everything, you want to insult me and call me a moron. So I went ahead and I did a little bit of imaginative research into your daddy's encounter. And since he didn't bother telling you what really happened, I'm going to go ahead and share with you today, Doctor, what happened between you and that Sasquatch, your daddy and that Sasquatch, that day that he tracked him down. Well, it turns out here that when your mama was describing this Sasquatch, or not a Sasquatch, the man with the barefoot, as you so detail put it out that it wasn't a Sasquatch but a barefoot individual. It turns out that his hands and his arms wasn't the only thing that hung down to his knees. Got your daddy all worked up. So your daddy had to go see this package for himself. He tracked Bigfoot down, sucked that motherfucker's dick. And he told him, look, I don't want my wife finding out about this, so don't come around my property. We'll just keep this between us. I don't want it to be a problem. And like Paul Harvey said, that's the rest of the story.